So, welcome. I am Eva Clark. In this 8-part series, we're going to look at the many reasons why your clients' bodies won't heal. I also wanted to call this series Beyond Secondary Gain because if you've taken any medical hypnotherapy trainings, you will have heard that the symptoms of your clients don't go away because there's secondary gain. Okay. Now, before we jump in, and especially for these first few reasons why the body doesn't heal beyond that secondary gain, let's establish some assumptions about the body and physical disease. So, if you're hypnotherapists, you've probably seen how brilliant the subconscious can be. Or at least hopefully you have. We are going to equally assume or agree that the body is just as brilliant because it is directed by the subconscious. So in its brilliance, we are going to take a leap of faith and we're going to say the body doesn't make mistakes. We're going to say the body does not break down or randomly attack itself. Just during this series, bear with me. We are also going to assume that the body cannot be arbitrarily ambushed by microscopic bad guys. Why? Because when we take away this randomness, why? Because when we take away the randomness, when we stop blaming our physical problems on bad guys or bad genes, you'll actually see that everything that happens in your body makes so much sense. So, we are going to assume that there is a biological reason, and that disease has meaning. We're going to adapt the NLP presupposition that every behavior has a positive purpose. Thus, every behavior, including those done by the body through physical and functional change, has, at least at the start, a positive purpose. So, with that, let's jump into part 1, the most commonly known reason that the body doesn't heal: secondary gain. What is secondary gain? When the body has a benefit, what is it? When the disease has become a benefit to the client, that will keep healing from happening. This isn't done intentionally, nor was it planned before the symptoms began. But we humans have an innate ability to adapt, and sometimes we find that the changes created by the symptoms have benefits. Okay, let's contemplate this for a moment. In this meaningful disease world, the symptom came in because the body felt the current situation. Okay, let's contemplate this for a moment. In this meaningful disease world, the symptom came in because the body felt the current situation was not sustainable or safe. So, symptom comes in as a temporary solution for you to stay safe, to increase hormones that are necessary, to play dead if necessary, to slow you down, to become temporarily stronger, etc., as a means to temporarily resolve the problem at hand. But now, it turns out, the situation caused by having the symptoms turns out to create even more advantages. And thus, the body has no motivation to heal. If the body, think about this, if the body seeks the positive, and having the symptom is even more positive than what we achieve or can achieve without the symptom, the body's going to keep the symptom. Does it make sense? Let me give you an example. You've just been promoted into an impossible job. life has become hell. You're stuck. Surprisingly, after about 6 to about a year, you start getting these debilitating symptoms that force you to take a leave of absence. To pass the time at home, you start maybe writing a nonfiction novel. It's kind of nice. The benefits of staying home, even if there's discomfort from the symptoms, becomes far greater than not having these discomforts and having to return to that hellhole. You aren't going to easily heal. Another example, if a disease causes your relationship with your husband to improve because he's finally stepping up and actually taking responsibility, again, this might be far more beneficial to you that he's actually beginning to help than that you get better and become once again the pants in the house. So what do I do with my clients? Well, first, we need to create a very future self, a very compelling future self, and we record this so that the client can continue to envision themselves in this future self that has an even better life, better relationship, better finances than they had before their symptoms, and way, 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 way better than the life, relationship, and finances they had with the symptoms. Make sense? Another way to work with the secondary gain is putting your client in trance and actually just asking the subconscious to come up with at least 3 different options to meet the same needs those symptoms are currently meeting. All right. I hope that gave you some food for thought, and I will see you in the next part of our series. Let me check. The next one is when the disease, if the cause of the disease still remains in their lives, or they're just getting re-triggered over, or that cause is getting re-triggered. When the cause of their disease remains in their lives, and it just gets re-triggered over and over and over. See you in part 2.